Welcome back to this new tutorial. I will start from where we left off with the slabs and the walls and how you can operate in an elevation or section. So we have this elevation, but you can also use a section as elevation and do the same job. Uh, for the moment, we have this, let's say, house. It's a great term to use for this construction, but yeah, let's call a tiny house. It's still in progress. Let's say we'll add another story and then a roof. So, if I said that, you can, let's say, we select all instances visible in view, and we can select all walls, and then we can copy them to align to selected levels, and we can copy to level 2. And we copy it along with the door and these windows. I think I will change them because they look absolutely ugly. Let's see. It looks a bit better. Yeah, generally you can also go if you want to be accurate as geometry wise, you can attach to the top and basically connect the wall. So we can select all the walls and shift click to deselect the axis, and when attached to the top, and that's so this way it's connected. The only thing is that it's kind of annoying to see the slab itself, so generally I would recommend you to do the interior side of the wall to not see it. So I will do something like this. And now you wouldn't see on the exterior, you wouldn't necessarily see the slab. Now you see it because it's attached, but I think I can detach it and I can join it. Let's see if I can join the wall. So this wall, let's join with this wall. Let me see if I can click. It's a I modified only this copy selected level at level 2, and now I have a slab that isn't if you can see now these walls are joined, so you can, if you don't see them joined, you can click one of them, join, and select the other wall, and you will have the walls joined, and this way you can see that you don't have a line splitting the two walls. Now you can also change the windows. Let's see what other options do we have. We found a decent option. Okay, I think I'll switch to this. Looks somewhat more decent. Yeah. It's not a British house, but yeah, it's a start. Let's say we have this tiny school, because otherwise I can't call this sort of building. And now we have, let's say, a volume. We can go to L2 and we have this floor. It looks kind of the same because with the difference that you don't have the door at the same position, because you don't have at the second floor door. I also told you that you can do a section, so you have view section, and you can cut through the building and set the thing is that the first point you select is the point from which you start the section, and it also implies the direction. So I have can go to the right and then do my section, also save the project, and you have also view range. So if you want to see so far behind it to the horizon, let's say, yes, you can adjust it to be wider or not that wide. You can also set up the section line width. You have these endpoints, and you can also reverse the section line. And you can check if you want to see the direction of the section. So yeah, so far so good. I have this section. I can go on in the project browser. I have sections, and I try to find my section. To know which section I created, you can hover over the section and it writes section 2. So we double click section 2 and we can see the section itself. The thing is that you don't really see a well-defined section because first of all I have copied this to level 2 but not to level 3, and I will do that. Copy, align to selected levels, and now I have a slab to the third level. And the second problem is that I cannot see these walls colored in black. There are two options. You can either select a wall to be black, but you have to adjust many settings, or if you are in a hurry you can make all the walls by writing VG, and that gets you to visibility graphic override. So write VG on your keyboard and you have a bunch of things of types, and you go to the end of the list and you have walls, and you have so this shows you where you if you want to see, for example, the texture on the exterior, if you want to see it black or white or pink or whatever, and in section how it is seen. And I have a pattern, so I want to add a fill, so I go to I have walls, cut, pattern, override. I select solid fill. I want it black, for example, or gray, or whatever. Black. OK. I can click apply, and now I can see that I have applied. If I click OK, I can exit, but I have forgot the slab. So I go to floor. Let's find floor. A, B, C, D, E, F, floor. I go to cut, patterns, no food, not food service, floors, cut, pattern, solid fill, set color black. OK. Now I can click apply and I'll have everything colored in black, which is pretty cool. So this will give you an architectural section for you. This applies for all types of walls, so even though you have all the layers of the walls, this will override everything. So if you do still want to see all the layers of the wall, like the installation part, you will have to deactivate. And to deactivate, you simply change the solid fill, you change to no override, and then you click here on the color, also no override, and click OK. You click apply, and now I got rid of the black pattern, and that's a thing you can use. I haven't clicked OK, so I'm left off with the unedited section. So this is pretty cool, and that's how you work with section. And also, if you want to extend the elevation of the section, don't forget about the view none. There is a way to see here. Wait a bit to find the scope box. Scope box. So this is it. Usually it's set to use overall, and you can't do anything. You don't see how you can set the window, and you have to set the scope box to none in order to be able to control the extents of the window. Also, in section, which is pretty useful for you, to select the ends of the elevation lines, and if you have them aligned, you can move them to the right or to the left. This is very useful, and I usually put them on the right. I do not need to go through all my building width to go with my elevation. And another thing about elevations and sections in general, so depending on how big you want these to have, you can set, if you want to them smaller, you can set them 1 to 50, or you want more detail, 1 to 20. This makes it smaller. On the other hand, you want to have some text, and maybe it will make that kind of text smaller, so you would have to modify the text. If you insert or annotate and you insert a text, you may have to change the height of the text here. If you go, so I'll redo this because it's a bit new for you. So you have annotate text, click. Now you see that I typed area. Let's say I type area. Doesn't matter what you write. You will write architectural details or whatever. So you have this text box. You have on the properties. You have this. This is Arial, but you can change to other fonts. Not a font would matter as much as its font height, and that text size can be changed here. So I want to double its size, and maybe I will duplicate the family, and now I have 5 millimeters, and I'll write OK, and now you can see that I have the text bigger. This will help you to calibrate between different scales of your drawing elevations and your architectural details dimension. This is very important. This is actually very useful. So this is it with the section. I explained more about the sections and a bit of annotations. I won't enter into details until later, but I told you just for you to know. Another thing is detail level, coarse, medium, or fine. In this case, you won't see any difference because the walls are generic and not with complex, let's say, finishes or multiple layers. I changed the wall. I selected. I made from left to right. I made a selection, and I changed to brick or CMU insulated, and you can change. You can see how on the bottom left corner you can change coarse to medium and to fine. And you can see as you add more detail into the section that you can see the layers. You can do all sorts of things in the layers. Now I told you the basic stuff. We'll go into the detailing part, architecture detail and whatever, in another tutorial. But as for now, you know how to work with walls in the section, and you can also change the floors, not to forget that, and to see their layers. That's very important. Maybe I can place a window. I think now it works in only in floor plan, and then to see the window. Actually, we can try that. So I will create a similar. So if there is a handy command, you have right click, create similar, and this is very useful. So I put the window onto the section, and if I look at it, now I have a window placed on, and I think I can move it lower, and now I have a new window, which is pretty neat. And also I can change the floor. So now you know how to place windows, to create similar windows, and how to manage a section, which is very useful for you. Also, if something does not satisfy you, you can also always change the elevation. I forgot that in the section or the elevation I put this parameter ZQ, but you can get rid, in my opinion. So yeah, it seems that I hidden the L2 level, so I need to unhide. There are many commands. So another handy command, you have hide in view elements, and it hides one element. Control Z to see it, and you can hide category, and that is useful as well to see the complete elevation without the height dimensions. So yeah, basically this is it. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you at the next tutorial where we will talk about creating roofs.